You just realized your business needed to hire someone yesterday. How can you find amazing candidates fast? Easy. Just use Indeed. Stop struggling to get your job post seen on other job sites. With Indeed sponsored jobs, your post jumps to the top of the page for your relevant candidates, so you can reach the people you want faster. According to Indeed data, sponsored jobs posted directly on Indeed have 45% more applications than non-sponsored jobs. Don't wait any longer. Speed up your hiring right now with Indeed. And listeners of this show will get a $75 sponsored job credit to get your jobs more visibility at Indeed.com/kidsandfamily. Just go to Indeed.com/kidsandfamily right now and support our show by saying you heard about Indeed on this podcast. Terms and conditions apply. Hiring? Indeed is all you need.
Have you ever had that feeling, where you have this spark, something really unique about you? Maybe a different way of seeing things, or a talent that's unconventional.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
And sometimes your first thought is, maybe I should tone this down a bit.
Exactly, to sort of fit in better. Or think about those times when the usual plan just falls apart, completely disappears.
Right.
And then suddenly the most unexpected, almost weird solution just pops up from nowhere.
Yeah, and you realize that thing that made you feel different, that might actually be your ace in the hole, your biggest strength.
That's it. Well, today we're doing a deep dive into a source that, it might seem really simple on the surface. It's a children's story.
Mm-hmm.
But honestly, it's packed with some pretty profound stuff about being an individual, about creativity, and the power of sharing what makes you special.
So our mission really is to pull out those universal truths, the things that resonate no matter your age.
Precisely. The story is called Flicker, the ice cream firefly's sweet secret. And yeah, the basic idea is this firefly, Flicker, who lives in Sweetberry Meadow.
Okay.
And when he glows, he doesn't just make light. He literally makes the air smell like ice cream.
Wow, okay. A firefly that smells like desserts. That's whimsical.
It is.
Yeah.
Pure fantasy, right?
Yeah.
But trust me, there's this brilliant framework hidden inside for thinking about how our own quirks, our own, perceived flaws can actually be our greatest assets.
I'm intrigued. Let's unpack this.
Okay, so Flicker, he's our main character. And like I said, when he lights up, you get this amazing scent, maybe rich chocolate chip one moment, then maybe a strawberry swirl, or even rainbow sherbet. It's this incredible, totally unique quality he has.
Sounds pretty great, honestly. Who wouldn't want that?
You'd think. But here's the twist, and this is where it starts to feel really familiar. Flicker's first reaction. It's not pride. It's embarrassment. Deep embarrassment. Yeah, the story actually says he sighed with worry. He's thinking, I'm supposed to glow, right? Just make light, not make everyone hungry all the time.
Okay. So he sees his uniqueness as a problem, a flaw.
Exactly. He feels like it gets in the way of his main job, his firefly duty.
Yeah.
He thinks it makes him different in a bad way, maybe even an outsider.
What's so compelling there is how Flicker's reaction, that immediate worry about being different, it just hits home, doesn't it? It mirrors such a common human thing.
Totally.
We often see our unique traits as, potential flaws rather than strengths, especially if they don't fit what we think is normal or, what's expected.
Right, like we're supposed to fit into a certain box.
Exactly. We get these messages, sometimes subtle, sometimes not, that fitting in is safer. It's better. So if you've got this, unusual talent or a weird hobby or an idea that's way out there,
Your first instinct might be to hide it.
yeah, to kind of self-censor, to push down that different part. Flicker's worry isn't just about smelling like ice cream. It's a metaphor for that pressure we all feel sometimes to smooth out our edges, Maybe you've got a bold idea at work, but you think, that's too out there. Or a creative passion that doesn't seem practical.
Yeah.
Flicker's shame. It's not just childish. It's that universal tug of war between being authentic and just assimilating.
Yeah.
This story really makes you think right from the start about what parts of yourself you might be downplaying just because they don't fit the mold.
That really resonates. And it's not just about what others think. Sometimes it's the story we tell ourselves about our own weirdness.
Exactly, the internal narrative.
But okay, Flicker's story doesn't stop there. Like any good story, there's a turning point, a crisis.
The plot thickens, or maybe melts.
You got it. It's the night of Sweetberry Meadow's big annual summer festival. Everyone's excited. It's usually full of fun, community, and lots of sweet treats.
Sounds lovely.
But then, disaster. It's a super hot night, way hotter than usual, and all the actual ice cream, the real stuff they were counting on,
Let me guess.
completely melted,
Yeah.
gone. The festival's basically on the verge of ruin. Everyone's disappointed. The kids are sad. The critters are bummed out. The whole vibe is just flat.
Oh no, so the standard solution is off the table.
Totally off the table. And this is where it gets really interesting. This is where Flicker's problem starts to look different.
Okay, I'm listening.
So in this moment of total gloom, Flicker, he doesn't have a plan or anything. He just kind of floats up into the sky.
He's doing his Firefly thing.
Right. And he glows. Bright pink, and with that glow comes this amazing, delicious smell of strawberry ice cream filling the air. It's just him being him.
Wow. So involuntary almost.
Totally. And then this little mouse, who was probably feeling pretty miserable about the melted ice cream, suddenly perks up and squeaks, "Hey, it smells like dessert."
Amazing.
Can you just picture the shift? Suddenly the sadness starts to lift. People are looking around, curious, wondering.
What is that amazing smell?
Exactly. And soon everyone's kind of playfully chasing Flicker, laughing, totally captivated by this sensory experience he's accidentally created.
So his flaw is suddenly creating joy.
You got it. And Flicker, he catches on. He sees the happiness he's sparking, so he starts to lean into it, with a bit more confidence now.
Ah, he embraces it.
Yeah, he playfully zips around, changing his glow. Now it's rich chocolate. Then, whoosh, it's like a banana split. Then maybe a fun bubblegum blast.
He's putting on a scent show.
He totally is. He's like this living, flying confectioner conducting the symphony of smells. The whole meadow, the story says, starts smelling like the biggest ice cream shop in the world.
That's incredible.
What was just moments before a source of deep embarrassment is now the very thing turning a potential disaster into this amazing, unique celebration. Pure delight.
Okay, if we step back and look at the bigger picture here, in terms of problem solving,
Right.
this isn't just a cute story moment. It's a fantastic example of divergent thinking,
Yeah.
of adaptive innovation.
Man.
Well, the standard solution, the real ice cream, it was gone. That path was blocked. A classic problem situation.
Right. No ice cream.
But Flicker's unique quality, his scent, combined with the ingenuity of the other animals, they didn't just replace the ice cream. They created something entirely new.
That's a good point. They didn't just find a substitute.
Exactly. The story says the animals got inspired. They started making pretend ice cream cones out of leaves and flowers and acorns. They weren't stuck on what was missing anymore.
They were interacting with Flicker's gift, creating a new experience.
Precisely. They built this whole new joyful activity around Flicker's scent. It really makes you think, doesn't it? For you, listening, how often do we get fixated on trying to recreate something that's lost?
Yeah. Clinging to the old way, the real ice cream method.
When actually an out-of-the-box approach, maybe using a strength we've overlooked our own ice cream scent, is exactly what's needed. It highlights how breakthroughs often come from embracing the unconventional, right? Applying unusual assets to unexpected problems.
That's such a great point, not just replacing, but reframing the whole experience. They recreated the joy, the feeling of the festival using totally different means.
The essence of it.
And by the end of that night, Flicker has this huge realization, this aha moment. His gift wasn't silly. It wasn't a burden.
It's special.
It was totally special. It was his unique strength, his superpower, really. He goes from being this worried little firefly to becoming the official ice cream firefly of the festival, celebrated.
Wow, quite the turnaround.
Totally. And every summer after that, he leads these parades of glowing sweetness. He found his purpose, his real place, in the very thing that made him different.
That's a fantastic arc.
So, okay, it's a charming story. Firefly, ice cream smells, cute animals.
Yeah.
But what are the deeper takeaways here? What does this mean for us beyond the story itself?
It's amazing, isn't it? How a story ostensibly for kids can hold such potent insights for navigating our own complex lives.
It really is. So what's the first big one?
First, and this feels like the absolute core of it, being different. Truly embracing your distinctiveness is what makes you valuable, maybe even invaluable.
Okay.
Flicker's shame came entirely from being different, right? His light smelled. But that exact difference was his superpower. It's what saved the festival, what made it even better.
It wasn't a bug, it was a feature.
Exactly. It's such a strong reminder that what sets you apart isn't a weakness you need to hide or fix. Often, it's your most valuable asset, your unique perspective, your quirky skill, your different way of thinking.
Those are the things that can actually lead to breakthroughs.
Absolutely. Think about how often genuinely unconventional ideas get shot down in meetings, or how we sometimes hide our passions because they don't seem professional enough. Flickr's journey shows that real innovation, whether it's in business or just personal growth, often comes from those out-of-sync perspectives. It challenges the whole idea of normal. What makes you an outlier might just make you a pioneer.
That's a powerful thought. The difference between outlier and pioneer being that willingness to own it. But how do we actually do that? Especially when, fitting in often feels easier or safer.
That's the million-dollar question, isn't it? It really requires a conscious shift in thinking, moving away from seeing difference as a deficit, I'm different, so something's wrong, towards seeing it as an asset. I'm different, so I bring something unique to the table.
Okay, so mindset shift first.
Yeah, and it starts with just noticing, identifying those Flickr qualities in yourself that maybe you've been downplaying. Then it takes a bit of courage, perhaps, to offer them up, even in small ways. See what happens.
Test the waters.
Exactly. Like Flickr, you might feel vulnerable at first, but often the positive response you get, even a small one, can be incredibly validating. It helps build that self-acceptance.
Okay, so embrace difference. What's the second big takeaway?
Second, the story shows so beautifully how creativity can turn problems into celebrations. Like, literally.
Right. The melted ice cream could have just been a disaster. End of story.
It could have ruined the whole festival, left everyone feeling let down. But Flickr's ability, combined with the animal's imagination, didn't just solve the problem. It transformed the disappointment into something even more engaging, more memorable.
They made a whole new kind of fun.
Yeah. And this isn't just about inventing something totally new from scratch. It's about that adaptive creativity, seeing potential where others just see a roadblock. It's about reframing, shifting from, oh no, what's missing, to, okay, what can we create with what we actually have right here?
That's a really useful way to think about challenges.
Isn't it? So when you hit a wall, instead of getting stuck on what's gone or what seems impossible, the story nudges you to ask, what unique resources do I have? What overlooked skills? What weird angle could I take to not just fix this, but maybe turn it into something surprisingly great?
Shifting from scarcity to ingenuity.
Exactly. From fixed solutions to dynamic experiences.
That makes a lot of sense. Are there practical things maybe that listeners can do to kind of cultivate that Flickr approach when they face problems?
Oh, absolutely. One powerful technique is what's sometimes called constraint-based innovation. When you have a problem, deliberately limit your options. Saying, okay, I can only use the resources currently available.
Like the animals using leaves and acorns.
Precisely. It forces your brain to think differently, more creatively. Another thing is to actively seek out naive perspectives. Ask someone who isn't an expert on the problem. They might see something obvious you've missed.
Fresh eyes.
Exactly. And maybe most importantly, create space for yourself or your team where it's okay to experiment, where failure is just seen as learning. Flickr didn't plan his solution, he just took a chance by being himself, and it led to this amazing outcome.
Right. Okay, so embrace difference, use creativity to transform problems. What's the final insight?
And the third one, which ties it all together so nicely, is that deep joy and a real sense of purpose often come from sharing your unique gifts with others.
Ah, the sharing part.
Yes, Flickr found his fulfillment, his belonging, not when he was hiding his scent, but when he was generously sharing it, bringing joy to the whole meadow.
The happiness bounced back to him.
It absolutely did. It reinforced his own worth. It highlights this fundamental truth. We often find our greatest personal satisfaction when we contribute our unique talents to the community, to the collective good. When you use your specific brilliance, whatever it is, to help someone, to inspire them, to solve a problem, or even just bring a little delight, that act of giving is incredibly powerful. It creates meaning and connection. It's this wonderful cycle. Your authentic expression benefits others, and that enriches you right back.
It seems so simple when you put it like that. We thrive when we contribute, but it feels like a lot of us hold back, right? Maybe out of fear or feeling like our gift isn't good enough.
That fear is very real. It often links back to that first point, the fear of being too different. Overcoming it is usually about taking small steps.
It's baby steps.
Yeah. Identify just one tiny way you can share a unique skill or perspective. Maybe offer that slightly unusual idea in a low-stakes situation. Or just share a quirky hobby with a friend.
See what happens.
See what happens. Even a little positive feedback, a smile, hey, that's interesting. It chips away at the self-doubt. The act of giving the gift often reveals its value, not just to others, but crucially, back to yourself. It helps rewrite that internal story from I'm different, hide, to I'm different, and that's what I have to offer.
What makes you distinct is what makes you brilliant. Don't hide that light or that sense.
Exactly. Let it shine in your own sweet way.
So, wow, our deep dive into Sweetberry Meadow is wrapping up. We started with Flicker, just this little Firefly feeling insecure about his ice cream smell.
Seeing it as a problem.
Right. Then the crisis hits the melted ice cream, the festival about to tank, and then that magic moment where Flicker, just being himself, changes everything.
From insecure outlier to celebrated hero, the ice cream Firefly.
Becoming the heart of the festival purely because he embraced what made him unique.
And through his journey, we've pulled out these really core ideas for you. The huge value in owning your distinctiveness, seeing it as a strength, maybe even the seed of something pioneering. Then there's the power of adaptive creativity, not just solving problems, but transforming them into something even better, into celebrations.
Turning lemons into, well, strawberry-scented air.
Exactly. And finally, that deep, fulfilling joy that comes from sharing your authentic gifts, contributing your unique flavor to the world around you.
These aren't just nice ideas from a story. They feel like really practical mindsets.
They really are. They can genuinely shift how you approach your life, your work, your relationships, guiding you towards feeling more fulfilled and, frankly, more impactful. So as we finish up, here's something to think about. What's your ice cream scent? That unique quality, maybe a big quirky skill or perspective that you might be holding back.
Where it's too unconventional, maybe.
Yeah. Or just doesn't fit the mold. Ask yourself, what problem out there could your specific kind of brilliance help solve? What kind of unexpected celebration could you inspire by letting it shine?
We really hope you'll take a moment to reflect on those things that make you uniquely you. Those personal flavors.
Don't hide them.
No. Think about how you might share them, maybe starting small with a bit of Flicker's eventual courage, and just see what happens. See how letting your own unique light or scent shine can make your world and the world around you feel a whole lot brighter.
You just realized your business needed to hire someone yesterday. How can you find amazing candidates fast? Easy. Just use Indeed. Stop struggling to get your job post seen on other job sites. With Indeed sponsored jobs, your post jumps to the top of the page for your relevant candidates, so you can reach the people you want faster. According to Indeed data, sponsored jobs posted directly on Indeed have 45% more applications than non-sponsored jobs. Don't wait any longer. Speed up your hiring right now with Indeed. And listeners of this show will get a $75 sponsored job credit to get your jobs more visibility at Indeed.com/kidsandfamily. Just go to Indeed.com/kidsandfamily right now and support our show by saying you heard about Indeed on this podcast. Terms and conditions apply. Hiring? Indeed is all you need.